Hey everyone, sorry for delaying the last video in this series searching for points. I've been just struggling to try and get it made. I'm in Reno at the moment at the Gamma Trade Show, and I didn't get a video made before I went away. And then my setup's not been great. They've had construction on my floor in the hotel, so hopefully I can move rooms tomorrow and maybe it'll be a bit quieter. But it's 10 to midnight at night now. So theoretically, it should be quiet. No more construction, I think. But yeah, we'll get it done, and hopefully we can move on to some other cool stuff. Yeah. But anyway, I'm digressing, rambling. It's late. Sorry. We'll get right into it. So we have the Separatist Faction left to do. So I'm here. Starting off with a Belbolab, I think the only real choice is if you just want a support piece, I think you can take what if you want a tactical relay that isn't cracking effectively. If you're just going to run one of the lesser relays, I think Wat Tambor is good value for 7, but obviously at 5 point of your squad points with 12 loadout and access to a title, Grievous is just the standout choice here. I was looking at stuff like Outmaneuver, just to sync with his natural ability anyway. Still leaves you 6 points, so right, something. There's a bunch you could do afterburners to get him a little bit of extra maneuverability, so he could boost barrel roll into focus, or he can boost and focus without stressing himself. Because this platform does struggle sometimes when it's stressed. You also have obviously his normal upgrades. Yeah, impervium plating 0. Um, I just there's a bunch you can do. I I You know what I mean? There's a lot of value in this platform. All of these zero cost cards, you just Grievous is pretty good now. Tri Fighters, I think I don't. It's hard. I think the Fearsome Predators have got potential, but 5's really expensive. Like when we look at Grievous and compare that, I just, yeah, it's a different role, but losing the initiative 5, I think, really, really hurts Tri Fighters. My guess is that they're dead in the water at this value with these loadouts. Um, I don't know what they're going to do. We probably need to errata the 5s to get them back to where we need to be. Then the Fire Spray. My my pick here is actually Boba Fett 7. It's only an I3, but it's got a chunky bit of loadout. It still takes the title, which gives you a gunner slot, so you can do the veteran tail gunner. And yeah, I think there's a bunch of different things you can do here. I was looking at Perceptive Co-Pilot and veteran tail gunner, Swave 1 title, still gives me 6 points to play around with, and I think that's a bargain 7-point ship. With the state of the game at the moment where you're going to be vying for objectives, if Bubba's the ship that you send into a center, it's more than likely going to be able to shoot front and back. And yeah, I think there's a lot of value here for 7 points. Then we have the gauntlets, which I've been skipping because I've not played any games with them, so I don't really have any opinion on it yet. For the HMPs, I like this on the Undrawn Oppressor. It was always my favorite that I could never get to work, but now that it's a whole squad point cheaper, still has 7 loadout, which is a decent chunk. And you just get to I always have that calculate token, even if you're barrel rolling doing the side swips in the bank form. It's really good fun. And one of the things I've been thinking about with them is throwing afterburners on and just using them to be in like really weird blocking positions and stuff like that. So I think there's value here. I'm not going to say this is how I'd build a 4 HMP list, but if you're going to splash maybe 1 or 2, I think this is the value here. Then the Hyenas. I've heard a lot of people say that they don't really like the Hyenas, but I think they're okay. I mean, the I1 for 3 with 6 loadout, I think there's value there. I I don't see it. I don't know what is what's bad about them. I've been looking at some interesting things, what I think anyway. But you could do ion torpedoes with them. Um, I that's not bad. You know, land up, keep them as a like as the turret, and yeah, they'll get the job done. Um, then what else was there? Um, the Nantex. So Sunfuck dropping 6 seems seems okay. But like the triple EPT, the triple talent, and like afterburners here, just absolutely. Yeah, this is good. Um, getting to get all of your stuff back, so you can have ensnare and afterburners, and then you can have anything you want. Really, it doesn't really matter after that, does it? I'd probably look at maybe Enduring because it is one of those ships that doesn't have shields. So you don't like it taking those crits. Treacherous is always fun for Separatists, but some fact I think is a good standout. Suretech's always been fun. Um, then Goggle getting a mod slot as well with 9 is decent. Yeah, I think that's probably most of those. The Sith Infiltrator, like more multiple is still just silly good. Oof. Oh, sorry. I say it's white. Dooku's got a bunch of loadout and 3 force, so you know, either one of these I think is probably good value. But personally, I would tend towards more. You can do all of the stuff you want to do, um, like malice and hate. You just give him everything, you know, whatever. But it seems fine. Then the Vulture. This is another one where like we have the 2-point no options, this grapple instruct, and you could take independence if you want to. But I really like it. I mean, just like throw a couple of those in your list, 6 points, you've still got 14 left. And you know, I think that's great value for 3 ships. You're gonna really help you with zone control. And this is a faction for me where I don't feel bad for hitting 8 ships. I think I can still have a bunch of toys. I could take 2 4-point ships and have 6 drops still. Like I think there's a bunch of value here. Like you could do that and need 2 undrawn oppressors, I think it was I was talking about earlier. But yeah, you could get the 6 to 7 ship mark really easily with this kind of list. So I think just a generic Vulture is really good value. Then finally, the one that I've always liked for token passing is DFS 311, and that's 12 points of loadout you get here. So personally, I would be doing something where you're relatively defensive. So I'd like throw an extra hole in there and still leaves you 8 points. Like, you know what I mean? There's a bunch of stuff you can do, but you're never going to spend this loadout on this ship. But what I would advise is you can go with independent on it, and then you can do your what's it called? You can do S thread traces, and basically you use him. You pass a token. You still got to calculate to fire your other one, which actually fire allows you to fire your traces, and that'll give everyone target locks. I would only do this kind of build if it's my only Vulture, or if I'm not actually planning on flying them together. If I'm going to just park them on rocks with the struts, it's a decent way of doing it. Energy shells is okay as well. But yeah, I feel like this guy probably needed an extra mod slot if he's going to have this kind of value, because it's really hard to actually spend it all. But there are ways and means. But yeah, I still think it's a good choice in as a support ship because the ability is strong and giving you token stacking. So yeah, that is it for my Separatist rundown. Let me know what you agree and disagree with. The last video had a bunch of views. I think it was one of the most popular since I first started the series, but no one really commented, so I can only assume that I was right on every point. But, we'll see if I did manage to be just as correct this time. I'll see you all on the next one.